What's going on, everybody? Musaki from the Chaldea Gurus here, and today we're going to be talking about the Fate Grand Order Anniversary. Now, I already have a video outlining from top to bottom exactly everything that's going to be happening in the Fate Grand Order 8th Anniversary, but there are 3 things that I want to talk about today that I hope we talk about and just go do a little bit more detail for you guys. So, let's not waste any more time. Let's jump into it. So first we have the return of the Destiny Order Summoning Campaign. I mentioned this a little bit before in the previous video, but I wanted to go in a little bit further here. This is a fantastic value, especially for those of you who are rather new to this game. Now, Japan got it about 3 years earlier, but we here in it got it a lot earlier, as of last year's 7th anniversary. Now, Fate Grand Order content creators at the time were completely caught off guard. I remember being in a stream with Ivy and we were completely flabbergasted at the things that we were seeing. And why wouldn't you? You get the choice of 9 5-star servers, 1 for each of the classes. The original 7 classes, and then 1 from each extra. So Saber, Archer, Lancer, Rider, Caster, Assassin, Berserker, and then you have extras, Avenger, Moon Cancer, Ruler, and extra 2, Alter Ego, Pretender, and Foreigner. Now, one of those is going to be guaranteed, but it is possible to get 2 SSRs on this banner. So that's something to keep in mind as well. Another thing to consider is that this banner is not limited in any capacity. You have story lock servants, you have normals, you have your limited servants, you have your story lock servants, you even have perma units in here. You can literally choose anyone that you want, and that's the best part. For $30, that's pretty well spent if you're playing FGO. And in my opinion, a little bit of better value than the Lucky Back Summoner. Now, last year, if you were not able to get Archetype Earth, this time he is available in the first banner there, along with the other. She is available in the first extra banner, along with the other Moon Cancers. Personally, if you want my rundown suggestions that you can go ahead and roll for it, it will go as follows. For Sabers, single target, go Okita. For AoE, go Charlemagne or Musashi. For Archers, Super Orion for single target. If you're going for AoE, go Ishtar. Lancers, Melusine. Rider, go with Simeon Yi Reigns. Caster, either Castoria, Merlin, or Scotty, depending on what you're rolling with. Assassin, Kama or Tomomo Veach. Berserker, Morgan Le Fay or Gintoki. Extra 1, Tyra no Kakakiyu or Space Ishtar. Or Sing 1D. Extra 2, I go with Draco, Oberon, or Van Gogh. Wonderful time to be a Fate Grand Order player, but we're not done. We still had to talk about the 8th anniversary servant, and that servant is Ash the Savior. Now, Ash the Savior is a caster servant, so that's not a unit you can get on the Destiny Order summons because she's just released with the 8th anniversary, and she is pretty good, not gonna lie. Couple facts about her is that depending on the stage that she's on, it actually changes her alignment. So for the first time ever, changing the alignment of a unit is actually gonna help you depending on what strategies you have and what units that will boost certain alignments, like Lawful Good or Summer units, etc. so forth. As well, she has the highest attack stat of all casters, which makes her a very strong unit at base, very push. But let's go ahead and dissect the skills and you'll see why she's such a unique unit. Her first skill charges the party MP gauge every turn for 3 turns, giving 5 to 10% depending on the level, also give you crit stars, and charges her own Noble Phantasm gauge and increases her own MP damage. So not only is she taking care of the party a little bit, she's taking care of herself. She's giving crit stars every turn, MP every turn, giving herself a 50% battery at max, and as well as increasing her own MP damage for 20%. So that is a wonderful skill, especially at 7 turns. Now we have the second skill, which is a weird and awesome implementation of charisma. So normally it increases the party's attack for 3 turns, 10 to 20%, whatever. But then, depending on how much HP they have, they give more attack percentages, which is insane. For example, you see that first line there? The HP is 99% or less for 3 turns, you get additional 10%, 75%, additional 10%, 50%, additional 10%, 25%, additional 10%. That's insane. So this skill gets better when your back's against the wall. When your HP is below a certain threshold, you're getting a lot of attack to get ready to finish off your opponents. You're talking about a potential 60% damage increase for 3 turns. And then she gives herself a regeneration buff for 3 turns, which if the party it just happens to be just topped off 100%, they gain 10 crit stars every turn. So if you're healed up, you just got a free fragment of 20/30 on a skill with a 5-turn cooldown. Okay, in a world with Tamavich, this is absurd. This is crazy. You're not gonna feel that cooldown at all if you really want to try and abuse this. But then we have the mother lode. We have the contentious 3rd skill. Now, most 3rd skills are pretty busted, pretty contentious. You got Oberon's 3rd skill. You got hero creation from Merlin. This takes it to a whole nother level. Seriously, Lasenga Wit, I'm ghost riding the whip. Crazy taxi, we're destroying everything. 3rd skill. This skill starts on a cooldown of 5 turns upon entering battle. What skill has ever done that? Charges MP gauge 30 to 50%, increases party MP damage for 3 turns, and then grants party status for 1 time or 3 turns. So she has herself a party-wide 50% Noble Phantasm gauge, increasing the MP damage for 30%, and then just in case the worst happens, they have guts so they can come back from it. Now, it's a long cooldown, 10 turns if you level this up, but this skill can be affected by cooldown reduction skills. If you stack this up, that affects this skill. And if you add it as well, you can go ahead and get a Mystic Code. Atlas. You can get the Atlas Mystic Code and go ahead and lower the cooldown for this skill. And boom, turn 1, you got 50% MP for everybody. Oh yeah, did you forget? She can get 50% Noble Phantasm for herself as well, on top of her already 20% MP damage. So you're dealing with 50% MP damage with a potential 60%. 20 to 60% attack modifier. We're dealing with some really strong numbers here. So then we have our Noble Phantasm, an AoE buster Noble Phantasm. So first, it grants self-invisibility for 1 attack 1 turn. It activates first. It deals damage to all enemies and deals extra damage against enemies with evil alignment. It also reduces their defense by 20% for 3 turns, just in case they decide to survive. But we're not done yet, because for the overcharge effect, it increases its own buster performance for 1 turn. It activates first. And it reduces its own 3rd skill cooldown, 1 to 5, depending on overcharge level. Guys, this is the one time that a caster actually makes sense to have multiple copies. I highly recommend not rolling for multiple copies unless you just absolutely love Asher Saver or really Summer Morgan Le Fay. The effect is really strong, being able to reduce her own 3rd skill cooldown, but there's a lot of hoops you have to go through to use that. Honestly, just lowering skill cooldown is insane, and they understand just how powerful that 3rd skill is, so they're just gonna go ahead and put this on top with the overcharge, just in case you decide to wail a little bit. Whew, that was a lot, but we are not done here, because there's one more thing I want to talk about. One thing that I really hope that they talk about this Saturday for this Anime Expo, and that is going to be Fate Extra Record. Guys, do you remember Fate Extra Record? This was announced years ago. We have a video on the channel of all the gurus at the time reacting to how amazing it is that they're remaking Fate Extra.
Oh my god,
That all these servants, Nero, Archer, and Tamamo, will actually be brought to the 3D realm. And what's more, from one of the trailers, the combat looks like it's actually inspired by Fate Grand Order without the gotcha. Ain't that great? So, I'm really hoping that we're going to talk about it. They already talked about that they're going to be talking about Fate Strange Fake for FGO Fest, as well as Hollow Anorexia for FGO Fest. So those I'm not necessarily worried about. Fate Extra Record was not mentioned. So I'm really hoping that they announce it here on this panel. They did say it will come out in 2025, and we are halfway through 2025. So I'm hoping for an July, August release date, or September, just like Samurai Remnant. But the moment that it releases, we will be talking about it, and we will be playing it, and there will be videos on it. because I love Fate Extra. That was my first Fate game when it came out in 2010. I played that game imported. I did not know what the heck they were talking about. So I will be talking about and playing Fate Extra Record. I'll be sharing this with you guys, and I hope y'all will join me. Are y'all excited? FGO players, this is the time to be playing FGO. This is the time, because after the 8th anniversary celebration, we have this summer event. And if you liked Summer Morgan, well then you're gonna love what we got next. Thank you so much to our top supporters for backing us and allowing us to make videos like this. Without you, we would not be here today in this fashion. So thank you so much for your support. And if there's something that you're excited about, leave it down in the comments below. We'd love to get that conversation with you. It really warms our heart. I'm Masaki from the Chaldea Gurus, and we'll see you on the next one. Later.